and today we're taking a look at how to install a wireless surveillance system. And today we're using the Canavis system. I'm going to leave a link on the description if you're interested in this system. And this is the things that we get in the box. We have a quick operation guide, a quality control certificate, a Ethernet cable, a mouse, a power supply for the NVR, 4 sets of screws and anchors, 4 cameras power supplies, 4 screws for the hard drive, 4 720p wireless cameras, and most importantly, the 4-channel wireless NVR recorder receiver. Right in front of the NVR, we have LED indicators for power, hard drive, and recording. We have 2 antennas that optimizes receiving range. This system is capable of having a Wi-Fi connection up to 1,000 feet or 350 feet. If any obstacles in the way. It has night vision of 100 feet, has cameras of 1 megapixel with a 1/4 progressive sensor. It has 36 IR LEDs, and each camera has the capability of also being wired using an Ethernet cable. In this case, we're going to do the wireless installation, but we're also going to give examples of how to do the wired installation as well. So if we're going to go wireless, let's go ahead and place the cap on the Ethernet input connector, and this will keep your connector safe from any debris or insects. This NVR supports Android, iOS, or PC remote view. So that means you can use any computer, laptop, or cell phone and easily take a look at your home or office. So turning this bad boy around, we have the video inputs, VGA or HDMI. We have the USB input, either for mouse or to create a USB backup. We have the Ethernet input to get this bad boy online. And finally, the power input. Now that we got to know our system, now let's go ahead and add a hard drive. Let's start by removing all 4 screws that hold in the casing. A pro tip, always keep your screws close so you won't miss them later on, because the last thing you want is to be that guy with the dreaded missing parts. Let's go ahead and lower both antennas, and this is going to make it easier to remove the top. This NVR is a SATA version, so that means we're going to need a SATA hard drive, and this part is going to be very easy. The only thing you have to do is follow the grooves of the cable according to the grooves of the hard drive, and then you could go ahead and proceed to install. And don't worry, they can only go in one way. Now we could go ahead and proceed to attach the hard drive to the NVR. And we do that by turning the NVR around. Meanwhile, we hold the hard drive and align the 4 holes on the hard drive with the 4 holes on the NVR. And once we do that, now we could go ahead and take the 4 small screws and screw them onto the hard drive. We can go ahead and place the top back and the 4 screws. Now we're ready to turn this NVR on. Now let's go ahead and make the connections. So you already know where you're going to install the cameras. Now let's get ready to install. And these are the tools that you're going to need. Either a Phillips screwdriver or flathead screwdriver, a spade bit, a drill bit, and a pencil. A hammer and a drill, depending on the surface that you're working on, is if you're going to need the anchors or not. If you're installing your cameras directly on sheetrock, then you would be okay by just using the screws. But if installing in a harder surface, then you're going to need the anchors. And we choose the correct drill bit by measuring the drill bit to the anchors. And we also choose the spade bit using the same method. But in this case, and that would be measuring it against the thickest part that's going to go through the wall. The best place to pass your cables is either a basement or an attic behind the walls. And that's why it is important, if you don't know where your studs are at, to use a stud finder. Now that we're ready, we could go ahead and mark the location of the camera. And we do that by taking a pencil and marking around the circle, and also the locations where the screws are going to go. And this is going to make it easier for yourself to have a cleaner and easier job. Once the markings are made, we're going to make an X on the middle. And this is where we're going to use our spade bit and make the center hole. And now, either through the attic or basement, or where you have access to the inside of your walls, you can go ahead and pass your power cable and Ethernet cable. And always remember, safety is the most important thing. You always want to make sure that there's no electrical wiring or stud where making the hole. But if you're renting or don't want to make a hole or don't have access to the walls, you can always just place the cable from the outside. If you're working on a hard surface, now we're going to take the drill and the drill bit and make the hole for the anchors. After we've done the holes, now we could take the hammer and lightly tap the anchors in place. And remember, you only want to make the hole to the size of the anchor. Let's go ahead and install our antennas on the cameras. We can go ahead and connect the power. If in your case you're doing a wired connection, we could go ahead and connect the Ethernet cable and insert the capped off Ethernet input cable. Now we could take our screws and screw our camera to the anchors, or in case of sheetrock, directly to the sheetrock. By unscrewing the nut on the camera, gives us the ability to be able to twist and turn the camera to the best angle required for our installation. Now you could pat yourself on the back for a job well done. Let's go ahead now and take a look at the system. So the first screen we get is system initializing, and then it prompts us to format our hard drive. We can go ahead and acknowledge and hit OK. Now we're presented with the QR code that's going to identify our device. So let's go ahead and download the app, and this is what's going to give us the ability to remote view our home or office from either a tablet, cell phone, or PC. You could either download the app from the quick start guide or just go directly to iTunes or Play Store and download the app called Denali. And once we're in, we can go ahead and click on login. Because this is our first time, we're going to go ahead and click on create account. We're going to go ahead and enter our preferred email address. Once we do that, we're going to receive an access code, which we're going to go ahead and copy and paste on the next page. Next, it's going to ask us to set a password. Next, now we could go ahead and log on. We're going to go ahead and click on add device, and now at the bottom we're going to click scan QR code, and that would be the one on the TV or monitor. And now you're in. Now you could give a name to your 007 Alcatraz home or office, and that's how simple you can access, you can remote view your home or office from any location. As you can tell, we have a good crisp quality image. And if you want the ability to recognize faces or license plates, I would always recommend 720 and above. So that means this system will get the job done. Now we can go ahead and proceed on the NVR by clicking next, and these two next pages are going to confirm that your system is live. And now that we hit next one more time, we get to the hard drive. Now we could go ahead and let the system format the hard drive, and we do that by selecting the hard drive and clicking the button that says format. A pop-up screen lets us know to confirm, and we hit OK. The format is ready. It takes us to the next page where we could choose how our system is going to work, either by motion detection, a constant recording, or when the alarm sets off. Overall, I give this system 2 thumbs up. It's very easy to set up, to install. You get a very accurate, crisp, and good quality image. A weatherproof system, night vision, and the ability to be wireless is a definite plus. Don't forget, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. That really helps. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Follow us on social media. Thank you for watching. And here's a link to our latest video.